I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States. In full cooperation with the International Monetary Fund and those who trade with us, we will press for the necessary reforms to set up an urgently needed new international monetary system. Stability and equal treatment is in everybody's best interest. I am determined that the American dollar must never again be a hostage in the hands of international speculators. I'm taking one further step to protect the dollar, to improve our balance of payments, and to increase jobs for Americans. As a temporary measure, I am today imposing an additional tax of 10% on goods imported into the United States. This is a better solution for international trade than direct controls on the amount of imports. This import tax is a temporary action. It isn't directed against any other country. It's an action to make certain that American products will not be at a disadvantage because of unfair exchange rates. When the unfair treatment is ended, the import tax will end as well.
Won't you be seated, please? Members of the Senate, members of the House, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today for the purpose of signing the Cancer Act of 1971. And I hope that in the years ahead that we may look back on this day and this action as being the most significant action taken during this administration. It could be, because when we consider what cancer does each year in the United States, we find that more people each year die of cancer in the United States than all the Americans who lost their lives in World War II. This shows us what is at stake. It tells us why I sent a message to the Congress the first of this year, which provided for a national commitment for the conquest of cancer, to attempt to find a cure. And now, with the cooperation of the Congress, with the cooperation of many of the people in this room, we have set up a procedure for the purpose of making a total national commitment. I'm not going to go into the details of that procedure, except to say this. As a result of what has been done, as a result of the action which will come into being as a result of signing this bill, the Congress is totally committed to provide the funds that are necessary, whatever is necessary, for the conquest of cancer. The President is totally committed. We have a presidential panel headed by Benno Schmidt, which will report directly to the President, so that the President's influence, whenever necessary, can be used to reach this great goal. And in addition to that, all of the agencies of government, the National Institute of Health, HEW, etc., are totally committed. Incidentally, it's a very good pen, but the box is worth more than the pen. We'll get the box too. Benno, you'll get the Richard. Dr. Dutton, you'll step forward, the President of the National Cancer Society. You get the last name.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. May I say something?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Dutton, the President of the National Cancer Society.
Thank you, Mr. President. We would like to think that this is a wonderful Christmas present in the signing of this bill with this pen today for the 52 million people in our country who will develop cancer, who are now living. This bill, we feel, is a real great opportunity for America, probably the greatest thing that has ever been done by the United States. And to you, sir, who asked for this to be a national priority, and to our friends in the Congress who gave us this bill, the 2.25 million volunteers of the American Cancer Society ask that I express their appreciation. We're truly grateful, sir.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you. see you.
Fine, good to see you, Mr. President.
Glad to see you. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Mr. President.
Peter, how are you? Harley? Good to see you. Hi, good to see you. Hi, Harrison. I didn't know that many of you would come back from vacation.
Prior Richard.
We're still working, Mr. President. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. It's a pleasure to see you. This is an indication of the priorities. You know, the Congress had a very long session and finally got adjourned. We all appreciated that fact, incidentally. But once they adjourned, they did too. But once they adjourned and they were to go home and go on their vacations, to have this many members of the House and Senate who are members of the committee back here shows how deeply they feel. And I think that for that reason, we'd like to record this for a picture. So go ahead. We don't have to tell House and Senate members how to get in the picture.
It's kind of crowded up here.
Crowded?
Well, you're right here. You're right here. That's the thing. Couldn't be too,
All right.
couldn't be too much.